Today we're going to talk about our CBN wheels. We do get a lot of questions about what type wheel should I get, what grit wheel should I get, what's the best combination of two wheels, and what type of grinders will they fit on, and so forth and so on. So I thought today we would go over all the different profiles of wheels that we now have and talk about the different grinders that are available to use on these wheels, and try to clarify some of that. Just as a side note, we do have an excellent article on our website by Tom Worzing where he talks about tool steels and CBN wheels and so forth. Definitely worth reading. It's a very good article. Okay, so let's get started. This first wheel here is what we call our radius edge wheel, primarily because it has a radius edge. It is a 1/4 inch radius, and it's good for sharpening all your lathe tools, woodworking tools, and the radius is designed so that if you have a round nose hollowing bit or a round nose scraper or so forth, you don't have to swing an arc in front of the grinder on a tool platform. All you need to do is start at the edge of the wheel and bring it around and sharpen it on that radius. Your tool doesn't have to be a 1/4 inch radius, it could be anything, and you can sharpen it nicely on that. Then just move over to the other side of the wheel, start in the center of your tool and bring it around on that side, and it'll give you a nice round arc on your tool without having to freehand an arc in front of the grinder. The wheel that we developed after the radius edge wheel is this one down here. Okay, this is our 4-in-1 design wheel. I felt that having a radius on a wheel was a very good idea, and we kept that same 1/4 inch radius on this wheel. But what we did in addition to that is we kept going with the grit down the side. So this wheel has not only the radius edge, but it also has 1 inch of grit down the side. And that really comes in handy if you want to do a non-hollow grind, like on a skew, for example. It's better to sharpen a skew without having a hollow grind on it and have a regular flat bevels. This works real well with our Kodiak sharpening system and our vertical skew jigs for sharpening that way, but you don't necessarily have to have that. You can use a tool platform, of course. All these wheels here are 8 inches in diameter, except this one, which is 6 inches. These wheels all also have 5/8 arbors, although we do have a few different wheels designs, this one and the radius edge one with a 3/4 inch arbor that fit most 8 inch Baldor grinders, and our 6 inch wheels have 1/2 inch arbors on them for the 6 inch grinders. There are some oddball grinders out there that are 8 inches in diameter with a 1/2 inch arbor. We do sell a bushing that'll step it down from 5/8 to a 1/2 inch. So continuing on here with our wheel profiles, this is what we call our mega square wheel. The mega square wheel came about from customers who didn't really care about having a radius, didn't want a radius, just wanted as much width on the wheel as they could possibly get. So this wheel is a full 1.5 inches wide and a full inch down the side. It's got a lot of surface area, which makes it nice if you're doing, let's say, an Irish grind on a tool. You can lay that tool all the way over and catch the whole wing of the tool without fear of falling off or having to move it back and forth across the wheel. So this is our mega square wheel, very popular. And last but not least is our what we call our Spartan wheel. This wheel is a very economical wheel, not because it's made any differently or any less expensive materials. It's just that it's narrower. It's a 1 inch wide wheel, only has a 1/4 inch on the sides of it. And when you buy them in pairs, they're under $100 a piece, so it's a really good value. They're also good for grinders where people want to leave the guard on the grinder, and that's a good thing to have as well. We would also advise you to pick up one of our self-alignment washer kits when you purchase one of these wheels. They really make installation easy. Your wheel will run nice and true. For further information, please give us a call about that if you like. All our wheels, by the way, are constructed out of the bodies of the wheels are 6061 aluminum. They're electroplated using nickel alloy. They're probably made the best way you can possibly make a CBN wheel. We give you a lifetime warranty on these wheels. The lifetime warranty basically says they'll never go out of balance, they'll never lose their shape, and the CBN will never come off. That's the best warranty in the business, okay? And we have the best prices in the business. So that's why we sell hundreds of these things every month, and that's why people keep coming back, and we have tons and tons of referrals all the time. So the other wheels that I want to talk about briefly, for those of you that have a WorkSharp, like a WorkSharp 3000, which is a totally entirely different machine where the disc travels horizontally. We've had a lot of people request CBN discs for those. Currently, what comes with the machine is a piece of glass, and you stick a piece of sandpaper to the glass, and that's how they use to sharpen with it. Well, of course, that's kind of cumbersome. It doesn't last. The sandpaper wears out. It's okay, but it's not a really good solution. We have wheels that are 180 on one side, 220 on the other, 350 on one side, 600 on the other, and 1,000 and 1,200 on the other. So you can buy these individually or buy them as a set. And people that have WorkSharp machines really do like them. And last but not least, these three wheels up on top are for our tornado owners. The Tormek grinder owners. We do call these tornado wheels because we can't call them Tormek wheels. We're not part of Tormek, don't profess to be part of Tormek. These are Tormek style wheels. In other words, they're made specifically to work on Tormek machines. They have 12 millimeter arbors, which is what the Tormek grinders have. This particular wheel, we call it our Spartan 10-inch. It has a nylon center, a steel ring, and it's electroplated, and it works very well. It's a very economical wheel. They sell for less money than a stone replacement wheel for a Tormek grinder. There's no dressing them, no running them in water, none of that mess or extra work involved that typically comes along with a stone Tormek wheel. I have lots of people that love these wheels. They have knife sharpening businesses, they're wood turners, they make knives, and we have a ton of them out in the field. This one is also a 10-inch wheel. It's 10 by 2 inches. We call it our tornado wheel. It's made the same way as our other ones. The body is 6061 aluminum. They're electroplated with nickel alloy. These wheels, by the way, come in 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, and 1,200 grit wheels. The Tornado Junior wheel is for the T4 Tormek machines, which are 8 inches in diameter and 1.5 inches wide. And they also come in 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,200 grit wheels. I failed to mention that our bench grinder wheels down here that we went over a minute ago come in 60 grit, 80 grit, 180 grit, 350 grit, 600 grit, and 1,000 grit. So we pretty much got the gamut covered as far as what you might want. So that pretty much covers the wheels. If you have any other questions about them, please give us a call. I want to talk a little bit now about grit, okay? We get a lot of questions, what grit should I get, okay? If you're a wood turner and you have a slow speed grinder, okay, the best two grits to get are 180 and a 600 grit. And Tom Worsing in that article I mentioned will bear that out. I would step down to an 80 grit if you find yourself reprofiling a lot of tools, if you make a lot of your own tools, and you find yourself reshaping a lot of tools, then you want a coarse grit so you can remove a lot of metal quickly. But typically a lot of wood turners don't do that. Okay, so that's why an 180 grit rather, and either a 350 or 600 works well for you. My favorite combination and what I use in my shop is I have this 4-in-1 wheel and a 180 grit, so I have the benefit of a radius if I need it, and I have the mega square wheel and a 600, which gives me plenty of surface area to do what I want to do. I might also mention here that If you have a grinder that's not a slow speed grinder, and by slow speed I mean like around 1700 RPMs, then, but rather you have a grinder that's like 3400 or 3600 RPMs, you can use those grinders with CBN wheels, but you really got to take a light touch because these wheels are aggressive. Okay, and the other thing is, if you have a high speed grinder, I would not go any higher than a 350 grit wheel. Because of the speed of the grinder, it has a negative effect when you get into the higher grits, and you may end up burning the steel a little bit. So that's my take on grinders. We are Rikon dealers, by the way, if you're looking for a grinder. We sell the half-horse grinder and the one-horse grinder that Rikon sells. And we have package deals where you can get the wheels, one wheel, two wheels, half-horse, one-horse. Any combination you can dream up, we have it. You can buy it with our Kodiak sharpening system, without our Kodiak sharpening system. So whatever your needs are, we can probably fill it. Just call up and talk to either myself or one of our advisors, and we'll be happy to make sure you get into the right wheel. And if you like say, if you buy the Spartan, you want to keep the guards on, that's going to require a little bit different in a washer configuration, and we can help you with that also. So thank you for watching, and again, call us 678-400-8181 if you have any questions. Thank you.